Operation Epic Fury. For 47 years, American presidents talked. They negotiated. They appeased. And Iran laughed in their faces while choking the global economy through the Strait of Hormuz. Well, tonight that era is finally over. President Donald J. Trump just announced that Iran is militarily defeated, their navy gone, their air force destroyed, their leaders eliminated, and now a massive 30-nation military coalition is assembling to force open the most critical choke point on planet Earth. The UK just confirmed it. Yeah, they finally decided to step up. Their top military commander confirming it. But here's what the mainstream media will not tell you. There are snakes inside Trump's own negotiating room trying to sabotage everything. I'm going to tell you exactly why this matters. 20% of the world's oil flows through the Strait of Hormuz. 20%. When Iran threatens that choke point, your gas prices explode. Your heating bills, they skyrocket. The cost of everything you buy goes up because shipping costs go up. The global economy, your family's economy, it all hangs in the balance. For nearly 5 decades, Iran has held this leverage over America, over Europe, over the entire Western world. They've used it to fund terrorism. They've used it to pursue nuclear weapons. They've used it to humiliate every American president who came before Donald Trump. And now, Trump just told reporters they're militarily defeated. We're going to open up the strait with them or without them. See, this isn't diplomacy as usual. This is a president who destroyed Iran's military capability and is now dictating the terms. But powerful forces, including someone inside his own inner circle, are working to undermine him. And Democrats in Congress are actively trying to protect Iran from the consequences. And speaking of protecting America's strategic interests, there's another front in this battle that you need to be made aware of. This is breaking news. The White House has just announced over $30 billion to secure America's critical mineral supply chains and named a specific Alaskan project as a key strategic asset for U.S. mineral independence. Now, I've been to the Bisla Copper drilling site myself. I've seen it with my own eyes, and what's happening right now is bigger than most people actually realize. President Trump just unveiled Project Vault, a $12 billion strategic minerals reserve designed to stockpile essential resources and keep America free from foreign dependence. The same way that we're breaking Iran's chokehold on oil, we're breaking China's chokehold on critical minerals. Bisla Copper is right at the center of this, and they're trading in the U.S. under VCUFF and in Canada as VCU.V. So check the exclusive briefing that's been prepared for you. This is about American energy independence, American mineral independence, and American freedom. We thank them for supporting this program. Now, let me get back to the explosive developments unfolding in the Middle East right now. Now, here's what should terrify you about the snake inside the room. Now, Fox News, they just exposed that Jared Kushner, the same Jared Kushner whose investment fund took $2 billion from Saudi Arabia, secretly offered Iran unlimited uranium enrichment for so-called peaceful purposes, behind closed doors, while Trump is trying to crush their nuclear program. I mean, who authorized that? Who benefits from Iran keeping enrichment capability? Certainly not America. And J.D. Vance is in the air right now to Pakistan while this negotiation plays out. The fracture is real. Now let's take a look at the bombshell. The UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer confirms he's actively coordinating with Trump to build a massive 30-nation military coalition to force open the Strait of Hormuz. They're using the ceasefire as a cover to prepare for a massive escalation.
I had a discussion with President Trump last night and set out to him the views of the region here. These Gulf states are the neighbours of Iran, and therefore, if the ceasefire is to hold, and we hope it will, it has to involve them. They have very strong views on the Strait of Hormuz. And we spent most of the time on the call talking about the practical plan that's going to be needed to get navigation through the strait, and the role that the UK is playing. For a couple of weeks now, we've been pulling together a coalition of countries, now over 30 countries, working on a political and diplomatic plan, but also looking at military capabilities and actually the logistics of actually moving vessels through the strait. So that was the focus of the discussion last night, reflection on what I've been discussing here, but also that focus on a practical plan in relation to navigation through the strait.
The practical plan for navigation through the strait. Wow, finally the United Kingdom showing some balls. Keir Starmer's engagement with Trump is only the beginning. The UK top military officer weighing in on the coalition. UK's head of armed forces, Air Chief Marshal Richard Knighton, says managing the Hormuz Strait is not simply a naval problem.
And just on the Strait of Hormuz, can you just set out what is the UK, what capabilities are the UK thinking about contributing to this mission should it happen?
Well, I've just literally this morning come back from the Middle East, and a number of things are really clear about the Strait of Hormuz issue. The first is the solution is more than simply military. It requires some level of negotiation. There's a diplomatic and political strand to it. And then on the military side, it's not simply a naval problem, it's a multi-domain problem. It'll need space effects, it'll need air effects, it'll need maritime capability. The UK already has autonomous mine hunting capability in the region. We are world leading in that, and that's a key contribution that we could make. But as the negotiation proceeds and as we understand how this fragile ceasefire holds, alongside our partners right across the world, these multinational solution will start to emerge, and I'm sure that the UK will play a part.
It's about damn time. With formidable capabilities on the table, the coalition's potential is massive. Meanwhile, discord emerges within Trump's own team. Prepare for a startling revelation involving Kushner's rogue diplomacy. Peter Doocy from the White House reporting Jared Kushner.
When J.D. Vance says that the president gave them clear guidelines, we understand that to mean that the U.S. needs to go in there and tell Iran no enrichment, period. That is what we have heard from White House officials. Remember, about 6 weeks ago, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner were sitting there with the Iranians and said, the U.S. will give you all the uranium you want for peaceful purposes. You just can't use it to enrich a bomb. And Iran said no. Now they are, of course, adding J.D. Vance to the equation. And so we'll see how things go. We don't even really know what the format is yet. They had indirect talks last time. These will be TBD.
To be determined. We're all waiting for the timeline. As you know, I receive all of the updates from the White House. I have contacts there. And everyone's just waiting to find out exactly what's going to happen. Now, here is President Trump on the tarmac. This is one and done talk. Is this a one and done talk, or are you open to more talks?
One and done talk, or are you open to more talks after this, depending on
I don't know. I can't tell you. I have to see what happens tomorrow. They've been talking for 47 years with other presidents, and we're not doing much talking.
Yeah, we're done talking. It's time to drop the bombs. Trump's clear stance from the tarmac is no nonsense. Let's see what he has to say regarding the imminent opening of the strait.
Well, I wish him luck. He's got a big thing. We'll find out what's going on. They're militarily defeated, and now we're going to open up the Gulf with or without him. But that'll be open. We're going to be, or the strait as they call it, and I think it's going to go pretty quickly. And if it doesn't, we'll be able to finish it off one way or the other. It's going well. The Navy's gone. The Air Force is gone. All anti-aircraft is gone. The leaders are gone. The whole place is gone. So we'll see how it turns out. So it's JD, it's Steve, and Jared. They have a good team, and they meet tomorrow. We'll see how it all works out.
We'll have to wait and see. Reasserting control over international waters is Trump's next move, yet the warning from our nation's capital grows as House Democrats scramble to clip his presidential wings.
You're not going to let them toll the strait, are you? I mean, it's international.
No, we're not going to let that. It's international water. If they're doing that, nobody knows if they're doing that. But if they're doing that, we're not going to let that happen.
We're not going to let that happen. House Democrats are calling for a war powers resolution to rein in what they perceive as an out-of-control president.
On the wrong track. He's been terrible with the wheel. The threats of total annihilation were, beyond the pale. It's time for Congress to step in and take control of the wheel.
All of our offices have received hundreds of calls from concerned constituents demanding that Congress reconvene and address this threat through a war powers resolution and further action to rein in an out-of-control president.
We are not operating as the Article I power that we must be. The Speaker must live up to his constitutional responsibilities. Call us back in. Consider the War Powers Resolution. Let the American people and their representatives in Congress weigh in. The words and actions of this president have proved that he is unhinged and unwell, and has been for some time.
We are here ready to take action to pass a War Powers Resolution to end this war. We need our Republican colleagues to show up too. We need Speaker Johnson to call us into session. And barring that, I'm calling on my Republican colleagues to show up on their own.
It's Pat. Remember Pat from SNL? Now we have Senator Ted Cruz.
Now, President Trump is right to draw that line, to insist upon that. And he's been clear as well that Iran will open and keep open the Strait of Hormuz. They will not use it for negotiating or blackmail. And I think if they try to do so, the president's threat remains very operative, that if they shut down the Strait of Hormuz, if they break this agreement, that I think the president is prepared to take out the power generation in Iran and to take out the bridges of Iran. Hopefully, he does not have to do so, but the Iranian leadership is going to determine if they think he's bluffing and they try to call his bluff. It will not work out well.
It will not work out well. Terrifying reality check on Fox News. A former NSC director confirms the Trump administration is threatening to resume bombing Iran.
Well, the stakes have definitely gotten higher for Vice President Vance. I'm certain that the president has given him the charge to threaten the resumption of military force unless Iran agrees to at the very least, the loose terms we had worked out earlier in the week. We have to be clear with the Iranians that they do not have a veto over who gets through the Straits of Hormuz, and that it ought to be reestablished as a free and open international waters passageway. Anything short of that gives them control over energy and, by extension, sort of a veto, sort of a control over the world economy. That's unacceptable. We've got to get it back on track, and I can't think of anything that they'd be interested in unless it's the renewed prospect of military force, which they should want to avoid.
I would think so. Now, here is the truth that the establishment media will not tell you. Donald Trump is fighting a three-front war simultaneously and is winning on all three. Front one, Iran abroad, militarily destroyed, their entire apparatus eliminated. Front two, snakes in his own negotiating team, undermining his position. Front three, House Democrats literally introducing war powers resolutions to tie his hands and protect the Iranian regime. Cruz said it right. Iran needs to decide if they think Trump is bluffing, and if they call it, it won't go well. See, Trump is not talking. He's not negotiating endlessly like 47 years of failed presidents. He's acting. And the 30-nation coalition now assembling proves the entire world knows it too. See, what you're witnessing is absolutely historic. A president who actually does what he says, a leader the world takes seriously. While Democrats side with Iranian mullahs and insiders try to sabotage from within, Donald Trump is reassembling Western military powers to break Iran's stranglehold on the global economy once and for all. This is why they fear him. This is why they tried to stop him. And this is why they're losing. So I want to know what you think. Should Congress support Trump's coalition to force open the Strait of Hormuz, or are Democrats right to try to stop him? Drop a yes or no in the comments right now and share this video with every patriot who needs to see what's really happening. And since you made it to the end of the video, a special gift from me to you. Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. Raw feed 844-840-4963. That is the exclusive method and how we will bypass the algorithm. That's how we will get you the notifications that you deserve, the notifications you ask for that you never receive. They'll come directly from me to you, an unbroken chain of communication. And patriots are signing up by the hundreds to make sure that they do not lose connection with the next news network. We're getting buried by algorithmic suppression. And it's horrific to watch every single day. That's why I need you to join us right now. Text raw feed 844-840-4963. And if you want to wear your support openly and proudly, check out the Next News merch shelf below this video. We are fighting the information war every single day. We can't do it without you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You hit the notification bell. I'm Gary Franchi. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now. You know out.